tap again. Johnny, great afternoon of racing.
Yeah, Max, super racing here locally at Warwick Farm because we have the Surround Stakes coming up in 10 or 12 minutes and you'll be seeing that one live as well. But firstly, and capturing the spotlight is the Oakley Plate, a time-honoured race run by the Victorian Amateur Turf Club at the historic Caulfield track, and it is indeed another great field. Now, because we're a little parochial here in Sydney, we'll all be keeping our fingers crossed for the Bonnie mare Joanne, who's won 9 out of 11 so far. She's trained by Jack Denham, who's at Warwick Farm, Ken, so his son Alan is obviously saddling Joanne up, and Mick Dittman is the rider.
Yes, Alan Denham has been down in Melbourne all week with Joanne, and to use an old racing cliche, John, she is all the rage. She's the horse they want at odds of around about 6-4. Alquaz at 12-1, Joanne at 6-4, Street Ruffian at 33, Plush Embassy at 50. Pressman's Choice was scratched this morning. Century God from Perth is at 20-1. Ben Barra King at 33-1. Storia, a good chance, drawn wide, but very impressive winning his last start. He's also from Perth to be ridden by Greg Hall at 9-1. Strawberry Ranch is scratched. Good old Ted, plenty of speed early, but the home straight's his problem. He's 25-1. 15 Rare Chance, 15 Send a Sign. 50-1 Jungle Hero. With me, surprisingly big odds at 12-1. A popular tip in the newspapers, but not so popular with the punters. Be Gone from the David Hayes stable at 9-1. Wrap Around, clearly second favourite. A David Hayes trained runner to be ridden by Michael Clark. Plenty of good money for Wrap Around at 5-1, and she's got a great chance. Paklani at 9-1. 50 So Gay Paris, 50 Lucky Dapper, and 20-1 Cargarland Town. Johnny boy, like you and like everybody else in Sydney, and I reckon plenty of other parts of Australia, I'll be cheering Joanne.
Well, she certainly has the right trainer and the right jockey. Mick Dittman is one of the coolest customers you've ever seen under pressure. Big races are just like a Gosford maiden to Mick Dittman. He's quite unflappable, and he's certainly going to give Joanne the run of the race. Now let's cast our attention to Caulfield, where the barriers are filling rapidly. And it'll be very soon, and they'll be on their journey in the Oakley Plate. As a matter of fact, here is your commentator, John Russell.
Begone standing up well. Lucky Dapper. Plush Embassy stands in well. Soon be ready. Paklani on the inside. Just about set to go. Joanne drawn barrier 10. Joanne settling in her stall. Soon be on their way. Standing by for a start. So Gay Paris. Paklani stands in well. Be Gone. Alquaz, the imported horse. Attendance up with Joanne. With me on the outside. Begone standing well. Bit of trouble there in the centre by the look of it. Rare Chance makes a good line. A rider of Joanne seems to be out of the saddle, Mick Dittman. Plush Embassy standing in well. With me on the outside, Storia. Greg Hall wearing the all-white colours of the club. Alquaz making a good line. Now they've settled in the stalls. 1100 metres, there's the light. They're racing in the Oakley Plate, and with me on the outside was the first to jump out from Street Ruffian, good old Ted Storia. Out very quickly also Send a Sign going fast with Lucky Dapper, and they were being followed then. Moving up just in behind them, Joanne, and the further back in the field is Ben Barra King, followed by Cargarland Town and Be Gone. And back over on the inside, Jungle Hero, followed next to last by Alquaz, and tailing out to last is Century God. Good old Ted has dashed away as they come up towards the home turn, 650 to go by 4 lengths to Street Ruffian. A length to Paklani. With me over on the inside of Send a Sign there, followed by Plush Embassy. Then came Wrap Around. Joanne Centerfield's a long way off the lead, followed next to the head of the others by Begone. And over on the inside came Lucky Dapper as they make the home turn. Plush Embassy well back with Rare Chance as they straighten up. Good old Ted being tackled by Paklani in the centre. Down the outside, Street Ruffian with me getting a run through on the inside. And wider on the track than is Wrap Around, followed by Joanne. With me is Dash to the front with 100 metres left to go and looks set for victory in the Oakley Plate. Paklani is second, with me in front. And with me is Much Too Good. Joanne Joanne flying home when the race is all over. With Me wins it from Paklani. I think Joanne's run third ahead of Wraparound. Close up behind them, Street Ruffian. Century God was a good run. Plush Embassy. Then Elquaz, followed by Lucky Dapper, Calgaran Town, Rare Chance Begone. Storay's a long way back in the field, followed by Ben Barra, King So Gay, Paris, Good Old Ted, and Lucky Dapper in one of the last homers, Send Aside.
Well, what a brilliant speedster she is with Me. From the outside alley, she crossed and she kept going. The punters didn't want her, but I bet they would have at this point in the race, because she'd shot away from Paklani in the pink cap, who couldn't do any better. Then With Me further out, and wide out Joanne rattling home. Surprisingly, Joanne couldn't go with them as good as I thought she would. That was Wraparound, I'm sorry, in fourth spot, not With Me. I called her twice. With Me first in the pink cap is Paklani. I think she may have just held on for second, although Joanne certainly made it interesting for the minor placing, and Wraparound in fourth spot. An exciting Oakley Plate of 1991. They were the best sprinters in Australia. After this break, we'll have the best 3-year-old fillies in Australia, direct from Warwick Farm on the wide world of sports.
Checking the results and New South Wales TAB dividends for Melbourne Race 5, the Oakley Plate over 1,100 metres. The correct numbers 14, 17 and 2. With Me, $10.80 and $2.80. Paklani was second, $2.40. And third, number 2, Joanne, paying $1.40. Now, Kenny Callender has a tip for Sydney Race 5. It's number 1, Whisked, and it's the surround plate. And let's cross out to Johnny Tapp and see if he can get Whisked home for us. Johnny Tapp.
Thank you, Tim. I had a look at Whisked as she went out onto the track for the Surround Stakes, and if you can judge a horse's general health by the shine in the coat, well, then I'd say Whisked is very, very healthy, Ken. She looks absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, she sure does, John. She's at short odds. Whether she's value is another thing, but it's no good tipping something to beat her if you think that she's the horse that's going to win the race. At the moment, she's just come in from even money into $1.70, which is round about odds of 8 to 11, 11 to 8 on. Whisked, $1.70 for $1. That's not flash odds, is it? But I think she'll win. Quiet Queen at 4s. Let's Hurry at 16. Marinella at 14. Viva Regina at 15. Seasoning at 16. Alpine Queen could have a chance. Alpine Queen, yep, she's come in a fraction to 11 to 1. 25 Durga Princess. 40 Dance Attendants. 50 I'm Trish. 40 Cream Anglaise. And 200 to 1 the Sparkler. Whist is the tip, John. I hope you can get her home.
I'll do my best, Ken. Trained by Graham Begg. He's another one of the first season freshman trainers that we have here in Sydney, who's been really making a name for himself. That filly on the screen is Quiet Queen, and the rider is Larry Olsen. She ran second to Whisked at Randwick the other day, and from all reports was a little bit unlucky. Now, Quiet Queen is not quite ready. She might be the only one out, I think. The others appear to be facing well. Alpine Queen is in the stalls and facing up squarely with I'm Trish and Let's Hurry. And Whisked in those unmistakable colours of red with a white cap is standing up perfectly. A stablemate to the Golden Slipper hopeful Vionnet. Now the lights flashing on top and they're about set. Marinella stands well. Quiet Queen is in there now. Durga Princess, the inside runner. The gates fly and they're off and running. And wide out Quiet Queen and Alpine Queen are about the best to go. Whisked is quickly into stride. Cremon Glaze is prominent soon after the start with Viva Regina, followed by Marinella. A little worse than midfield is the Sparkler when they get going, followed by I'm Trish and then Dance Attendants, Let's Hurry. Durga Princess well back in the early part and Seasoning is last, but they're very tightly packed at the 1,000 mark, and Whisked in the centre had actually pulled her way through to join these leaders. Alpine Queen, Quiet Queen, Viva Regina, and the Sparkler getting up on the fence, and there's about a half length covering 5 of them at the 800 mark. A length away Marinella, followed by Dance Attendants. On the fence Durga Princess and then Cremon Glaze. Well back I'm Trish and Let's Hurry and Seasoning, who's starting to make ground on the fence. You could throw a blanket over these at the 600 mark. Durga Princess getting right up on the rail as they come to the turn and shares the lead with Whisked and Alpine Queen, and Quiet Queen is trapped out very deep as they come around the corner. Just behind those Marinella, followed by Seasoning, straightening now, and Durga Princess about 2 off the fence, kicked away. Seasoning has come from last and hasn't gone around a horse. Seasoning has burst up on the rail to join Durga Princess. Let's Hurry. Whisked is struggling under the whip. 150 out and Let's Hurry headed Seasoning. Whisked is only plodding as they get near home, and then Durga Princess, but Let's Hurry getting a beautiful run through the bunch in the straight, raced away to beat Seasoning. Whisked has run third, Marinella fourth, Durga Princess fifth, and then Quiet Queen, followed by I'm Trish. Further back is Dance Attendance, The Sparkler, Cremon Glaze, Viva Regina, and Alpine Queen has weakened out of it to run last. Well, both the first and second fillies were second last and last in the middle stages. Seasoning didn't go around a horse, and Let's Hurry got a beautiful run right through the pack to eventually win the race. Let's Hurry, Shane Dye is going to pay $22 and $4.40. Now, second is Seasoning, number 6, a place dividend of $3.40, and third, number 1, Whisked, a place dividend of $1.20. Ken, obviously she wasn't as healthy as she looked.
John, it was a funny run race too. I wouldn't get too carried away with it. There were 5 and 6 across the track to the turn. The two best horses that got the two best runs in the race ran first and second. I wouldn't give up on Whisked for the autumn if I was you. But that's Let's Hurry. Let's take nothing away from her. Shane Dye rode her a treat, and Darren Beedman rode Seasoning a treat. And I'm not going to bag Gavin Duffy. He was a victim of circumstances on Whisked, and she battled on well to run third. A peculiarly run Surround Stakes at Warwick Farm today, but you've got to give credit where credit's due, and that's the horse who gets the credit. TAB number 3, Let's Hurry, and as John said, is to pay in excess of $22 for every dollar invested. That's the story from Warwick Farm, but don't you leave your lounge chair. More action coming up on the Wide World.
$40. Second, number 6, Seasoning, $3.40, and third, number 1, Whisked, paying $1.20. Kenny Callender has a tip for Sydney race 6, and it is number 7, Patronise. A quick look at the sheet.
Race 6 coming up, the Liverpool City Cup, one of the principal attractions at Warwick Farm today. I was just saying to Kenny Callender that one thing you need in the racing business is optimism, and plenty of it. But I think I've just seen optimism supreme here with the connections of a mare called Flying Fast, who's a runner in this race coming up. Now, this is a Group 3 race, and some of the best sprinters in the land are taking part in it. And yet there's a little maiden mare from Gunnedah by the name of Flying Fast, who's won one race so far, an Inverell maiden, prize money $400. Ken, they're optimists.
Are they ever, John? It's at 200 to 1, probably should be at 200,000 to 1. But good luck to them. They want to run it in it. There's no rules that says she can't start. But Flying Fast, not for Kenny. Right, Ricochet Rosie is scratched. I think she's running at Newcastle on Wednesday in the Newmarket up there. Ice Cream Sunday at 7 to 1. All Archie at 5 to 1. 15 Select Prince. Boasting, who's won this race the last couple of years, at 20 to 1, I'm sorry. Natural Wood at 40 to 1. Patronise, a stablemate of Boasting, is my tip. And the way things are going at this stage of the day, I need Patronise to win. He's into about 7 to 2, $4.50 for $1. Come on, son. Bassie's Pride, well backed in the ring. Let me look at the tote again for her. She's still at 11 to 1, a little bit shorter with bookies. 20 to 1 Miss Comanche, 9 to 1 Mocha, 20 to 1 Autumn Dew, 11 the Bullfighter, 25 Majestic Boy, 25 Volendale, Sir Patrick well in commission at 7 to 1, 40 Brazen Emperor, Justice Spark is scratched, and the horse we were speaking of, Flying Fast, at 200 to 1. Here's Johnny.
OK, Ken, it's the Liverpool City Cup and the interesting runner Boasting, who's looking for his third consecutive win in this race. He's a stablemate of Patronise. No doubt Darren Beedman would have had the pick, and he's plumped for Patronise, so there might be a tip in that. That horse with the number 13 saddlecloth is Majestic Boy, who in the early stages of his career looked like being a very, very good horse. I'm just not aware of any problems that he may have had, but he just hasn't measured up to the promise he showed in the early stages. He's now a 4-year-old, trained by Bobby Thompson, and if ever he can recapture some of that good early form, he'd win a race like this, although he essentially would need it a little further. Now, the last couple have moved in, and the starter comes over to dispatch the field. Lights are flashing and they're about set to jump in the Liverpool Cup. Gates fly, they're off, and Patronise wide out as one of the first out. Brazen Emperor began well, and so did Miss Comanche from a wide gate, followed by Sir Patrick. Volundale, Select Prince getting into a good spot with the Bullfighter. All Archie settles down just off the pace, and then Ice Cream Sunday followed by Bassie's Pride. In that bunch is Flying Fast and a good way back Natural Wood, followed by Autumn Dew and Mocker. And back at the tail, Majestic Boy as they go past the 800 mark, and these leaders are flying. It's Patronise in the centre, just in front of Volundale. Sitting out 3 deep as Brazen Emperor. All Archie working up on the fence into a good spot, followed by Sir Patrick. 3 deep the Bullfighter, 4 deep as Boasting, and then Ice Cream Sunday. Miss Comanche has never been on the track. Further back, Select Prince at the head of the others, then Bassie's Pride, Natural Wood, followed by Autumn Dew and Mocker. Into the straight now, it's Volundale. All Archie getting right up on the fence. Patronise on the outside. Ice Cream Sunday ducking back to the rail, followed by Select Prince and the Bullfighter. All Archie in front at the 200 mark from Ice Cream Sunday and Volundale, and nothing in the field showing much at the moment, but All Archie clear. He's holding them safely at bay as they get near home. Bassie's Pride rocketing home in the last bit, but All Archie won the cup over Bassie's Pride and the Bullfighter. Ice Cream Sunday close up. Mocker came home fast, and then Boasting, followed by Natural Wood, Miss Comanche, Autumn Dew, Sir Patrick, Volundale. Select Prince well back with Majestic Boy. Patronise weakened out of it, and the last 2 are Brazen Emperor and Flying Fast. Stand by for numbers on the cup, but All Archie, who is a very, very tough racehorse. He's had a lot of racing lately, but he backs up and backs up. Last week he ran 4th to Patriro in the Expressway, and today scored a very, very gutsy win. All Archie pays $6.60 and $2.20. Now second, number 8, Bassie's Pride, a dividend of $3.50, and third, number 12, the Bullfighter, a place dividend of $4.20. Ken.
Yeah, a greatly improved sprinter, All Archie. He sat just off the speed. You've just seen him there going past Ice Cream Sunday, and the race is all over. Getting into second place now with the white cap is the Bullfighter, and the horse in the pink and green. Watch her run home. Bassie's Pride, better over a longer distance. She got a little bit lost on the turn, but look at her rattle home, and she's run a super-duper second to All Archie with the Bullfighter third. But the honours today were with the winner, All Archie, a model of consistency. He beat Bureaucracy recently at Randwick, and today, as John told you, he was at reasonable odds on the tote, $6.60 for $1. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed racing today. That's the story from both Sydney and Melbourne. We'll be back again next Saturday, where the Canterbury Guineas will be one of our highlight races. Till then, bye from racing, and stand by for more on the wide world of sports.
One hurdle, he's made a century for Queensland. Are there more to come? Who will take out the Trans-Tasman title, New Zealand or Australia? Only the dogs know the answer. Larger than life, Chris Patton has a run-in with Greg Norman. And the final of the world's strongest man, the tractor pull. All that and a whole lot more still to come on the one and only Wide World of Sports, brought to you by Ford. Tomorrow on the Sunday edition, the fastest men in NFL and American baseball challenge the rest, including Carl Lewis, to find out the world's fastest athlete. In Sports Sunday, the hard men of Australian football, bat caving, and Mick Dittman, the enforcer. Beginning Wednesday, the first of the big telecasts from the West Indies with the first one-day cricket international. Will Australia get the start we're hoping for? Let's hope so, because on Saturday morning, they pad up again for the first test. All that and a whole lot more still ahead on the one and only Wide World of Sports.
Checking the results and New South Wales TAB dividends for Sydney Race 6, the Liverpool City Cup over 1,200 metres. The correct numbers, 3, 8 and 12. First, All Archie paid $6.60 and $2.20. Third, number 8, number 8, Bassie's Pride at $3.50. And third, number 12, the Bullfighter, paying $4.20. In Shield cricket, New South Wales is edging towards first innings points against Victoria at the SCG. A short time ago, the Blues were 4 for 221. Michael Bevan has been playing a slashing innings of 71 not out, including this marvellous 6. At the Gabba, Queensland is now 2 for 79. Peter Cantrell went for 11. There he is now, Cantrell 11 and out. And he was followed by Barsby, caught behind off Woolsley. And that made Queensland two for. And in Adelaide,
hit it.
No batter. Come on, Kelly, right down the pike.
Watch out. Here comes my super duper knuckle curve fastball. Okay, but if you...
And Dan Aykroyd trading places, 8:30 Sunday on 9.
Boy, Ollie, are you lucky. You almost busted up Aunt Mary Ellen's car window.
It's not my fault. A bug flew up my nose. See?
Forget it. Just give me the bat. You're not batting anymore.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you're not.
I mean, oh, they're in. Oh, superstar. Oh, I thought they were going to go round. Anything was possible. Big pat for the dog. Oh, that was nail-biting stuff. That was Henry Homan then with Tina from Tasmania there.
Come out, mate.
Ah, gee, Pete Edwards, he's a classic caller. There's no two ways about that. And good old Tina, well done. Tails wagging in the Aussie camp as Tina puts in an excellent round to clinch the Trans-Tasman title for Australia. A great effort by the Kiwis to muster 272 points, but the home team finished with a winning total of 316. Henry was getting fairly excited, wasn't he?
Well, he did get upset there, but I love the comment, the four-legged lawnmower. They're very hard to gear up. I mean, I could watch that all day. It really is. There are so many improbables. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, it's captivating.
Mate, there is nothing quite as maddening as a pea-eating sheep. That's the ones that are crazy. And those three, boy, oh boy, they were close to the 30-cent lead treatment, I would think.
Yeah, 30-cent lead treatment, pea-eating sheep. I'll keep my eye out for them. And while the dogs are tucking into an extra serve of meaty bites, we'll take a look at what's in store for you this year on Wide World of Sports.
This year on Wide World of Sports, we've got the best technology and talent on tap to bring you the international sporting classics as you've never seen them before. From the courts of world tennis, we'll go grand slamming with the game's greats at the United States Open, French Open and wonderful Wimbledon. Plus, we'll be serving it up hot and strong in the Lipton's International and touching down in Tokyo for the Seiko Super Tennis. It'll be maximum revs all the way when we chase every round of the World Formula One Championships. From the opening battle at Phoenix, Arizona to fall of the checkered flag on the Aussie Grand Prix in Adelaide. We'll be grabbing a fistful of throttle as we rocket round the globe with Gardner, Doohan and McGee when the Aussie trio go in search of the World 500cc crown. From the banks of the Brickyard to the sun-drenched Straits of Surfers, you'll be trackside when America's finest fuel up for the Gold Coast Grand Prix and the granddaddy of them all, the Indy 500. We'll be taking a grip on the glorious world of golf, teeing off with the majors, featuring the US and British Opens, plus the US PGA and the mighty Masters from Augusta, Georgia. Then we'll bring it all back home as State of Origin pride goes on the line in Rugby League's three-round war between the Cane Toads and the Cockroaches. We'll hit the Alpine Heights with World Cup skiing, turn on the glamour with the European, US and World figure skating titles, and pitch it up with the very best in baseball's World Series. Come on! And for the first time, we'll be beaming it in live with every bouncer and boundary of the Aussies versus Windies battle for world supremacy, featuring the most complete cricket coverage ever to come out of the Caribbean. bringing you the power and the thunder of sport's mightiest moments from the four corners of the earth. This is the one and only Wide World of Sports.
Yes, so much action still to come here on the Wide World of Sports. We'll take a break, and we'll return with more in a moment.
With Me today became the first filly in 20 years to win the Oakley Plate. Starting from the outside stall, the Queenslander gave a brilliant display of sustained speed to equal the course record. Vo Rogue caused the surprise of the day, missing a place in the St George. First up, Razor Rhythm's Blue Diamond Claim.
At the 200-metre mark now, and Clark sent Razor Rhythm away from them, and the filly shot 3 lengths in front. Perfect Draw getting the run, goes to second from Angel's Wings, and to take the road, but it's Razor Rhythm back to her best, scores brilliantly. Razor Rhythm by about 3 lengths to Perfect Draw, take the road third. Angel's Wings.
A brilliant return to form for Razor Rhythm, certain now to run favourite in next week's Blue Diamond. The second went to Reckless Day at 7-1, improving and made it 3 in a row. The third to Beachside, a double to Michael Clark. Great effort by the filly to beat the Colts, giving them weight. Another outstanding Blue Diamond trial in race 4.
King Spirit below the 200 metres, these two together. Chief Headhunter the inside, doing a little bit better than Noble Lancer, and then Group Decision. But Chief Headhunter is coming right away, and Chief Headhunter brilliantly. Chief Headhunter first by 3 lengths, Vote of the Miners, Group Decision, and Noble Lancer, followed by Sentimental.
Chief Headhunter ran the same time as Razor Rhythm, certainly an improver. Now the Oakley Plate, Joanne, 7-4 favourite.
In the straight now, and here's Paklani coming with a run. Coming with her is With Me, who started through on the inside, knocked good old Ted over, Street Ruffian, and then wrap around. But With Me's dashed through on the inside to head Paklani in the last 100. With Me from Paklani and wrap around. Joanne late, but it's With Me. With Me scores by a length and a half. Paklani, I think, has run second. Joanne third a nose.
A brilliant win in record time and all-female finish. The St George Vo Rogue odds-on, surprisingly, didn't use his early pace.
Past it, Savage Toss in front, but Citizen goes to him soon after, dashes away. Citizen showing brilliant, first away from Savage Toss and Kingston Rule, and Citizen wins it by 2 lengths. Savage Toss ahead away third, Kingston Rule.
So the Caulfield Cup winner back and how, and Vo Rogue remains just short of $3 million in prize money. The 7th to Mahazen, a treble to David Hayes. And the last on the program, won by the 33-1 chance Zim No Fear, who does race well at Caulfield. Now the daily double, 14-1, 63.15, extra 4 and 11, 39.75. Quadrella, $3,617.10, and a nice quad extra of $43,500. I'll be happy with the 70-odd cents on the end, actually.
That would be great. Yes, it'd be nice, Greg.
Looking forward to that swimsuit issue of Sports Illustrated. How are you, Keith?
I'm well, thank you, Bruce, and all the better for enjoying a great day's racing at Caulfield yesterday.
It was tremendous, and a great result with Malcolm Johnston winning the Oakley Plate on With Me. We've talked about his problems in the last few months. It was terrific to see him ride exceptionally well and get the money.
Yes, he's a really wonderful guy, Malcolm, a nice outgoing personality, a bright guy, and he was put back severely with that problem that was really a first for sport and an ongoing problem, I feel. Put back financially severely, and that was a nice little kicker for him, I'm sure.
And speaking of kickers, you and I were both spruiking With Me before the William Reid Stakes. I bounced off. I didn't go with her yesterday. Did you support her at all?
I was a little put off by the barrier, but I had to have a saving bet on her, Bruce, because I thought the odds were quite crazy. She was 5-1 in the morning market, and as much as 14-1 was bet at the track yesterday.
Amazing odds, weren't they? Well, let's go to the Oakley Plate. It's one of the highlights of the racing year.
The Oakley Plate symbolises speed. This is a race for the fastest horses in Australia. The last 2 3-year-old fillies to win the Plate were outstanding. Dual Choice 20 years ago and Citius in 1966. With Me drew the extreme outside barrier, 18 out of 18. The favourite Joanne was just better than midfield before the turn, but under extreme pressure.
Good old Ted has dashed away as they come up towards the home turn. 650 to go by 4 lengths to Street Ruffian. A length to Paklani. With me over on the inside of Sender Sign there, followed by Plush Embassy. Then came Wraparound. Joanne Centerfield's a long way off the lead, followed next at the head of the others by Begana. And over on the inside came Lucky Dapper as they make the home turn. Plush Embassy well back with Rare Chance as they straighten up. Good old Ted being tackled by Paklani in the centre. Down the outside, Street Ruffian with me getting a run through on the inside. And wider on the track than his Wraparound, followed by Joanne. With me is dashed to the front with 100 metres left to go and looks set for victory in the Oakley Plate. Paklani is second. With me in front. And With Me is much too good. Joanne flying home when the race is all over. With Me wins it from Paklani. I think Joanne's run third ahead of Wraparound.
With Me equalled the track record, and this was her first victory in a Group 1 race. The win was a triumph for her.